Okay, I'm an atheist, I agree with that, but what
Good.
about gay marriage? And what about gay rights? Why are you pushing your beliefs on other people?
This woke atheist asks two really tough questions to Cliff, so make sure to watch till the end because I have a Bible verse that will tie all of this together. It's gonna be wild. Shout out to Cliff and give me an answer.
Why would you support, like, the banning of abortions or, like, the banning of something and not let people decide that for themselves?
I would assume that you support the law that says do not murder.
Yeah.
Good, I'm glad to hear that.
That's imposing your will onto someone else.
That's exactly right. When you support the law that says do not murder, you are legislating your morality. Guess what, sir? Every one of us does that. Everyone legislates some type of morality. The difficult question is, which morality are we to legislate and which morality are we not to legislate? That's the difficult question. But let's be real honest. If you're a voting member of this nation, this society, you do legislate morality. Because when you stand against murder, that's a legislation of morality. When you legislate for equal housing opportunity, you're legislating morality. When you legislate against bashing gays, you're legislating morality. So we all legislate morality. The hard question is, which morality are we going to legislate?
All right, then why wouldn't you try to legislate, like, equality? Like, with things
I do.
With things like gay bashing or equal housing opportunities, if you, like, discriminate against certain groups of people, that's, like, not only pushing your beliefs on them, but also, like, completely hindering their beliefs. And so if you want, like, some sort of equality, then why, like, support a complete ban of stuff like that? Or, like, a complete, or not a complete ban of...
All right. Real simple. I am convinced that all people have equal value and dignity because we all are created in the image of God. Which means date is absolutely wrong. Which means if you want to date a woman, I'm going to support legislation that will arrest you and slap you into prison for date. Racism, I am convinced, is wrong. Why? Because all people have equal value and dignity. If you refuse to rent your apartment to people of a different ethnic heritage than you...
Do you support gay marriage?
As I was saying, if you refuse to rent your apartment to people of different ethnic heritages, I am going to conclude that is racism, and I'm going to support a law that says no. You are not allowed to be racially biased and refuse to rent your apartment to someone of a different ethnic heritage. So I will legislate that. And guess what? All of my atheist friends will agree and support that.
Okay, I'm an atheist, I agree with that, but what about gay marriage? And what about gay rights? And what about, I don't know, just like an equality for everyone and like being able to choose?
I support legislation that says if you bash gays, you will be arrested for that. If you bash anybody, you'll be arrested for that. And so I support any law that says you are not allowed to bash a homosexual or lesbian.
What's the difference? Like, why, on a systematic level, why is bashing okay, like, by banning gay marriage?
If I am convinced that marriage is something that God thought up, and God gave us our sexuality to enjoy between one man and one woman, and if I choose to define marriage as...
Okay, these are all you choose. Why is it not the systematic abuse of that? Why are you pushing your beliefs on other people?
We've already agreed that you push your beliefs on other people when you outlaw murder.
I agree.
When you outlaw racial prejudice in terms of unequal housing opportunity.
This guy doesn't understand that he's always pushing beliefs. It's just he's pushing his belief by saying, why are you pushing your belief? You shouldn't push your belief. That's a belief.
You push your beliefs on others. So let's be real honest. Everybody pushes their beliefs on others.
Okay.
The question is, what beliefs are you going to push?
Systematically. And, like, why would you want to discriminate against one group versus another? Like, murder isn't a discrimination, it's just killing someone, ending their life. And it doesn't matter what race they are, like, you're still gonna get charged with murder. But gay marriage, like, why wouldn't you just allow that? What is that hurting? Like, whose life is that ending?
We're not saying that it shouldn't be a legislation. We're saying that it is a sin. We're not discriminating against you. We discriminate against saying having sex before marriage is a sin. We say that, you know.
Like, who is that imposing upon?
You're right. It's a different ethical decision. Obviously, the question becomes, do I support 2 men being married and 2 women being married? Because I live in a democracy, if we vote to legislate that gay marriage is permissible, but I'm still going to plead with my gay friends not to be married and to move away from that lifestyle, putting their faith in Christ and seeking to live a sexually pure life. The same way I talk with my adulterer friends, and I plead with them to move out of adultery into putting their faith in Christ and living a Christ-honoring life.
Ban gay marriage?
Pardon?
You'd still vote to ban gay marriage? Like the discrimination, the systematic discrimination of people? You'd vote for that?
I've never been confronted by that choice, so I
Like if you lived
don't
in
know exactly what I would do.
Massachusetts
But yes,
instead of
I would
one
imagine
or
that because I view gay marriage as a twisting of that gift of human sexuality that God gave us, I would probably vote against it, yes.
Okay, cool. Discrimination, that's cool.
Well, what?
How is that discrimination? What in the world? I feel like this guy's gay.
Right. Just like you can vote for Obama.
That doesn't make any sense.
I actually went home before I came over here this morning and watched one of your videos. You have a lot on YouTube and everything. And I heard you at one point say that Jesus Christ is different from religion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Could you explain that exactly how?
You bet. For many people in our culture, religion is an ethical system. Religion is trying to be a good person. Religion is going to church or synagogue or mosque. According to Jesus Christ, religion, true religion, is not a ritual. It's not going to a church. It's not trying to live a good life. Religion is, true religion according to Christ is, being connected to God in a spiritual relationship, and then because of that, loving and respecting people. So true religion according to Christ in the New Testament is faith in Christ, being spiritually connected to God, and then living that faith out in the way I treat fellow human beings.
True religion is care of the widows and the orphans.
Do you consider the Bible part of, I guess, Christian doctrine?
Well, yeah, Christian doctrine is based on the Bible.
Do you consider Christianity a religion? Well, I guess you kind of just answered that.
By defining religion in a different way, yes, obviously Christianity is one of the major world religions.
Okay. I guess, is the Bible a piece of religion, I guess?
Yes, the Quran is a piece of religion, the Vedas and Upanishads are a piece of religion, and the Bible is part of religion.
Where does your specific belief in the Yahweh God and Jesus Christ come from?
My specific belief in Yahweh Jehovah comes from the Old Testament. My specific belief in Jesus Christ comes from the New Testament.
So, I understand that you think that some things in the Bible are poetic, metaphoric, and some things should be taken literally. One of these things that might be taken literally is the Ten Commandments. Okay, you believe that the Ten Commandments is part of Christian doctrine. It is a dogmatic belief. It's been passed down from generation to generation. How is the belief in Christ any different?
Well, the 10 Commandments are 10 moral absolutes. They're not the 10 suggestions, they're the 10 Commandments.
Okay.
The claim is these are moral absolutes. The first 4 commandments have to do with how you relate to God. The last 6 commandments have to do with how you relate to people, how you love God and how you love people. Now, faith in Christ is not absorbing moral absolutes. Faith in Christ is a spiritual relationship with God.
I wanted to interrupt you briefly. So
I noticed.
The Ten Commandments are the 10 moral absolutes. Would you say that they are the 10 moral absolutes that God has communicated to us? For instance, rape is not in the list of 10 Commandments.
Yes.
Okay.
To love the Lord your God with your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself is the summary of the 10 Commandments. And obviously, rape is a violation of loving a woman.
Right, I understand I'm getting a little off track of my original question, but why would he leave things out, I guess?
I don't think you have to have a PhD in ethics, and I don't think you have to have a very profound faith in Christ in order to understand that he is opposed to.
Sure, but why does killing have to be specifically mentioned and not?
I do.
Jesus says if you even look at a woman lustfully, you're committing adultery within your heart. Anything sex outside of marriage is a sin. Therefore, it's going to be so if you force someone to do something against their will, it is a sin. It's pretty obvious.
Not know.
Okay.
I can promise you, just because the 10 Commandments, one of them is do not abuse a child, it doesn't mean that you have to have a PhD in Christianity to understand Jesus Christ does not want you to abuse a child.
Sure. Okay, so there are certain practices that you... Can I actually ask your sect? Do you have a specific, you're probably Protestant, are you Lutheran, Baptist? Do you have a label for yourself?
Yes. My label for myself is, I am a follower of Jesus Christ.
Okay. So you fall under the umbrella of Christianity as opposed to one of the denominations.
Well, I abhor Christianity that has been used to justify the Crusades and the Inquisition and the Salem witch trials. So I obviously am strongly opposed to that form of Christianity. I'm strongly opposed to the form of Christianity that enslaved African Americans for a couple of hundred years in this country. But Jesus Christ, he is different. And that's part of why in that YouTube video you heard me say, I'm not into religion. Because often when people think about religion, they think about the perverted forms of Christianity that are fact, historical fact, not something someone's made up. They really occur.
Religion is something that God has given us. It's not necessarily bad. But yeah, people have used religion to do things for their own gain. But that's not Jesus. So I encourage you to go to Jesus today. Now I have a Bible verse that will tie all of this together. James 1:27 says, pure and genuine religion in the sight of God the Father means caring for orphans and widows in their distress and refusing to let the world corrupt you. So there you have it. That's kind of a biblical true religion sense. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I know we can do it with your help. So thank you for all your love and support. It means the world. And have an amazing day. Peace.